Hey everybody, Kevin here, and it's spring in Sugar Creek, Ohio. And so happy spring to everybody out there. And hey, spring kind of reminds me of something. So this is a kind of a shout out to all the people who are in the in-between, because spring is kind of like that in-between winter and summer thing. And so in the in-between is a very interesting time. In-between is kind of when you are not where you used to be, but you're not necessarily where you want to be. And in that in-between, there's a lot of emotion that kicks in. I mean, a ton of it, if you think about it. And, you think about the uncertainty, you think about the anxiety, you think about the questions, you think about all of the stuff that, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? And it's real easy in the midst of the in-between to get passive. It is it's in other words, to get stuck in a holding pattern, to wait for things to happen, to come to you. And I get it. You don't want to kick the door down and say, I demand, answers, and these are the things that I'm trying to figure out. And you definitely don't want to unpack all the emotion and all the weirdness of all the stuff you're talking to yourself about, right? So what do you do when you're in the in-between? Well, let me talk to you about being patient. Being patient is a very powerful thing and a very important thing. But patience is not passive. Patience is not waiting. Patience is more about preparation. Okay, I was trying to get those P's together there. So patience is a lot about preparation. And what I mean by preparation is, what is the work that you need to be doing to prepare for the moment when the opportunity comes? The whole in-between part is you're going somewhere. You have this eye, you have your eye on something in terms of a target or an aspiration or something you're chasing, something that you're moving towards. The question is, what are you doing to prepare for it? Because once it gets there, all eyes are on you. No one else is going to be patient. And trust me, no one's going to expect anything other than performance. So what does that look like? Well, it could be in the form of kind of a self-guided education you put yourself through. I was talking to a guy the other day, and he was saying, he was definitely in the in-between, and he's a new leader, and he's trying to figure out, what do I do when people ask me questions that I don't have answers to? And as I was walking him through it, I'm going, hey, look, you know what? The key is to be, really up to speed on the work, and the proper amount of preparation is key to being able to give definitive answers. But when you don't have definitive answers, you have to have the courage to say, I don't know, and then go find the answer and complete the circle and come back and answer the question. That's being thorough. That wins the trust of the people that you're leading. But here's the deal. When you're in the in-between, it's real easy to get all weird and crazy about the confidence level you have of what you need to do. And that's why preparation is important. I'm going to nail this. So the preparation piece of it is really doing due diligence. It's studying whatever it is. If it's a new type of system that you have to learn, where did the beginning of that system start from? Have you ever looked at the history of things? If you're putting something together that's new, it's an R&D project, and you're kind of going okay, you know what? This is a whole new entity. There are parallel universes that you can go and study. The convergence and the emergence of AI is a huge opportunity to put prompts in that will educate you and give you information so that you can have that level of confidence. Even though nothing's moving around you, things are moving within you. You're working on you. You're educating yourself. You're positioning yourself. You're going to be able to ask better questions because you're prepared. You're going to be dialed into maybe some nuances to things that no one else is thinking about because you've done the hard work when no one was looking. So that's what preparation is about. It is not being about passive. The whole idea of patience is getting in that pocket, studying, reading, understanding, applying. You're a great R&D project in and of yourself. You can work on you in the process. You can take the principles that you're learning in the process of all this and apply it to you. But then leverage is the last part. Think about this framework. Education, right? Understanding, and then application, and then leverage. Leverage is what we're going for, baby. It is that point where you have got the moment, when the ask has come, when you have said what you've needed to say, and people go, you know what, that's a good idea. You know what, let's rely on you. And now you got to step up and deliver the goods. That's the time that is beautiful. That is the dance. That's the time when all that stuff starts to come out. And you know what? The level of confidence, even though you're entering into a new version of in between, right? Because now you're where you want to be, but now you don't know what next looks like. Wow, isn't that great? We get to do it all over again. That's the beautiful journey here, gang. It is life. It is life. You never have all the answers, man. The important thing is asking the best questions. So listen, if you're in the in-between, if you have aspirations, you're not there, be patient, but not passive. And always remember this. When you see the invisible, you become unstoppable. And dude, that's a huge invisible, by the way. Rock and roll, man. Have a great day. And spring is here. Summer's coming. Loving it. In the sunshine. Do some damage.